All right, guys, welcome back to the Hot Colors Powder Coating YouTube channel. And today we're doing Illusion Purple on a PK Ripper, aluminum PK Ripper frame. And we are going to get right to it. I'm going to turn the old white hat on. See how we're doing here. I didn't test fire. That's good for the hot coat. We're just going to go around and put a little something on her. Just in the spots that, you know, the spots that we have to powder coat, really. At this point, this frame is so small that you're just going to kind of go over it. But I always do the hard to get areas, or what I call the Faraday cage areas first. And then we work our way to the easier areas, or what I call the field. And that's going to be that for the hot coat, guys. I mean, that wasn't really worth shooting a video on. I mean, the time I damn pulled the trigger, it's over. We just want to make sure we got all of our little cage areas covered and the little corners and things like that. I mean, most of this we're going to be able to get no matter what. So it's not really going to matter. So should be pretty good. It's a pretty simple thing to spray. I mean, it's not hard. So, all right, well, we're going to let this thing cool down. We're going to come back and dust it up, and we'll show you that here in a minute. All right, guys, the frame is cool enough to put our dust coat on. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to put a quick coat on it just to cover up the shiny and the melted stuff, and it's going to kind of turn purple, which is what we're looking for. I might need a little bit more material in this right now. Oh, it's a lot better. See, it don't take much adjustment sometimes. You know, once you get where you understand what's going on, and you've done this enough times where you say, man, that just don't seem like it's working like it was. That's where you got to go back and get on your settings and straighten that out. Because it's not like a big setting change. You can be really, really close, but not quite, and it doesn't want to do it, especially with powder flow. I'm going to turn it up a little more. Now we got something happening. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the whole coat, I was a little bit shy on powder, and I actually kind of tuned it in right there at the end. To be perfectly honest with you, you saw it in real time. All right. So that's that on the base coat. And this is an illusion color. So it is going to go in the oven till it reaches between 330 and 350. Anywhere in there is good. I'm happy anywhere in there. Then we're going to pull it out. We are going to let it cool. And then we're going to clear it. This is a threaded bottom bracket, and it's important that you don't get powder inside them threads. And if you do, you got to get it out before you bake it. All right, we got one more up here. I left this one in when it was hot because on bicycle frames where it's got the cut down the back, I put a piece of tape on the inside so the powder doesn't go in there. Then I put a plug in it. Then I leave that plug in there in the oven so the tape doesn't come off. Does that make any sense? If it doesn't make sense, that's why I did it anyway. So there you go. All right. So we got our base coat on. We're going to go in the oven. It's not going to take very long. It's probably going to be If I had to guess, I'm going to set this for 6 minutes and check it in 6 minutes, and I'll bet we're there. And we'll come back and clear it when it cools. All right. All right, guys. We got you in here close where you can see what we got going here. You can see how smooth the material went on. Do you see any purple? Yeah, me neither. That's one of the problems with this is it doesn't look purple. I guess that's the illusion. The illusion is that it's purple. It's not purple until you clear it. And I don't understand how it turns purple, but it does it. All right. What we're going to do is I'm going to put you guys back up there on the booth, and we're going to clear this bad boy. All righty. All right, guys, we're back with the PK Ripper frame, and we're going to clear now. And this is what actually turns it purple, believe it or not. I mean, it's not going to turn purple right now when it comes out of the oven. Actually, it turns purple in the oven, but you don't see it till it comes out unless you have glass doors on your oven, which I do not. So, all right, here we go. White hat. Can't see nothing without that. And you kind of, this is the name of the game with a clear. Maintain your distance. Don't try to force it. Just let it do what it's going to do till you cover the shine up. It'll eat it, trust me. If it's a good clear, it'll do it. A lot of times, let me explain something to you about clears and what the struggle is with a lot of them. Not only does it have to be a good clear where it does everything well. Okay, let's call it. It, you know, got good chip resistance and all the things that you want out of a clear, right? It has to have all that. And it has to be, and this is the important part, it has to be ground at the correct sizes. And when I say sizes, I mean that because you don't grind powder just to one size. Okay, it takes a range of sizes in order for it to work. You need a certain amount of coarse, a certain amount of fine, that type of thing in order for it to work. The grind has a lot to do with how it sprays, like a lot to do with how it sprays. So if you're developing a custom material, the grind is one of the things that you're going to have to work on to dial it in. That's after everything else you're happy with, you dial in the grind. And once you get that dialed in, you got your material dialed in and you're done. You're done, you're done. All right, I think we're done with clear here. Just going over a little dust coat. I'm going to go over and have a look at it. I'm going to show you something else too here. I don't know if you noticed that in the last, I don't know if I filmed it or not, but I take my plugs out before it goes in the oven. If you rewind to me showing you the frame, you will notice that all the lines around everything are super clean. Okay, the reason why that is because I pull the plugs out. And I'm going to show you something. Well, I pull this plug out and I pull this plug out. I'm going to show you something. You see the ring of powder that's around that? Okay, what'll happen is if you leave that in there, that ring of powder that you see on there will be connected to the frame instead of on the plug, okay? So you'll have a flashing there instead of a nice smooth surface, okay? Pay attention in the Glamor Shots at the end of the video how the edges of everything that I plugged is super smooth. See that ring of powder around there? That's going to be stuck on the end of the seat post clamp. How are you going to trim that so that it looks good when the seat post clamp's on there? You're not. You're just not. You're just going to do as good as you can do if you leave this in there. That's why I'm trying to show you that attention to detail makes a big difference in the end result. And this is just one of those details that it's important to me. I'll look at something and the powder looks great. They sprayed it good. It's even, blah, blah, blah. And then there's blam, flashings all over everything. I'm just like, oh, it's like you got the ball to the 2-yard line and just quit. You didn't score the touchdown. You just quit. So I'm going to go around this thing with a light on my head, like Inspector Gadget, and look in all the areas. And it went every single area like a champ. That's due to the grind of that material. That's probably about the 5th or 6th recipe of grind that I've asked for. And it's nice. It's nice. It sprays pretty good. If I was going to say anything, it might be just a touch on the coarse side. But I don't want to find it up because that makes things way worse. Spraying wise, it's way worse. All right. Well, that's it, guys. That's how you do Illusion Purple. I'm going to put this in the oven. We're going to bake it. We're going to bring it up to temperature, which is 375 degrees. Once it gets to 375 degrees, we're going to hold it there for 18 minutes. And that's it. It's done. It comes out and cools. And we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And you're going to be surprised because it's going to be purple. And I mean purple. Unbelievable. Very nice color. It is a very nice color. It is, I would call it maybe a 7 out of 10 skill level powder. And that's it. That's all we need. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your comments, the questions, all that. You know, I appreciate it all. It kind of blows me away how many people tell me that I've helped them. I still look back and I'm like, I don't know how any of this nonsense helps anyone. What? If it's helping you, that's what I set out to do. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. I mean, I didn't miss anything. I can't even go back and touch anything up for you like I want to. All right, guys, I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.